Caution. This game contains scenes of violence and gore, as well as depictions of criminal acts. These acts are strictly punished by law. Please do not attempt to imitate them. This game also has mentions of rape and flashing lights. This is a work of fiction. Any relationship to real persons, groups, places, or crimes is coincidental. And please don't spoil anything for me. I'm not done with the game yet, despite me uploading the footage. Swimsuit. Oh my god, man. Alright, it's 2 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning, so this is gonna be some bullshit. Swimsuit and glasses? Yes. You already know your boy needs them girls with the schools. I don't even know. It's been like a month. I forgot. I'm sorry. I feel like I already did that. Okay, fuck me. It's okay. Huh? Seda was lying in front of my PC monitor, smiling at me.
タッキー、あなたはこの部屋に引きこもってればいいんだよ。したら、あの悪魔だって手出しできないっしょ。そのうちに警察がうまく捕まえてくれるって。それまでは誰も信じちゃダメ。誰の言葉にも耳を傾けちゃダメ。悪魔ってさ、人の心の隙間をついてくるのが好きなんだよね。油断できるっしょ、タッキー。
でもセラ
But Seda.
逃げるが勝ちってよく言うし、三次元のことなんてきれいさっぱり忘れちゃえばいいさ。あなたには一切関係ないことだって思えば気が楽し、関係ないこと考えたって無駄無駄さ。いいこと教えてあげる。引きこもりって最強なんよ。だって誰にも会わないっしょ。つまり誰にも
But that's not true strength.
これぞ最強の自己
I
防
mean, I
衛
get
方
that's the
法なわ
point,
け
but
さ。
still. I need
だからタッキーは引きこもりになるべきなん
Wait,
だ。
okay, she didn't even say Taki the same way as she did the last 2 times. Is that like the illusion breaking?
そうかもしれない
Maybe you're right. That's why she was my wife after all. She was really smart. I leaned forward and gently grasped Sadatan's thin waist. Even when my face got close to hers, Sadatan didn't seem upset at all. She just kept smiling.
ありがとうセイラ
Thank you, Seda. I feel a lot better now.
そうだよ
That's right. The 3D world can eat shit. That demon probably doesn't even care about a creepy otaku like me.
僕は安全だ
I'm safe.
安心して毎日
All I have to do is just watch my favorite anime and play ESL all day, and I'll be just fine.
でもさっき言ったみたく油断は禁物だぞ。
Yeah,
分かっ
I
てる
know.
よ
Don't believe in anybody. Don't listen to anything anyone says. Beware of anything 3D. That was all I had to do, and I'd be safe.
セイラにそこまで心配してもらえて僕は幸せだわさてと
Now then, time for some ESO grinding. Hey buddy, can you snap out of it? Thank you. Wrap that shit up.
ライアンクロス約束は今。ライアンクロスライアンクロス果たされるから。ライアンクロスライアンクロス解き放たれた。ライアンクロスライアンクロス週末。
A clear voice echoed across Miyashita Park in the depths of the night. On top of the pedestrian bridge over Meiji Street, as cars came and went below, the girl they called Fess leaned up against the bridge's safety railing, seemingly oblivious to the noise below.
月夜の光が示された従者よ。
She had no audience. If she'd done a real street performance, she probably would have had at least 100 people stopping to listen. But for now, Fess had chosen instead to hide herself behind the veil of night.
この場所へ つながる幻の道
All she had to do was stand here in silence. Then she could be one with the darkness, for a moment at least, freed from the filthy air of Shibuya. That's how it seemed to her anyway.
叫びはいつしか沈黙に変わって
Suddenly, she looked up at the night sky. The clouds that had covered it were slowly parting, and a faint ray of moonlight trickled through. But the bright, dazzling lights of Shibuya were hiding the hesitant twinkling of the stars.
落ちてゆく安息風に手と手をつないで
Vest closed her mouth and reached up toward the
そ
sky.
の目誰の目
What did she just say? I spent the entirety of the next 24 hours in base lard. I didn't even quit to eat. I dedicated myself fully to erasing Takumi Nishijo and becoming Nightheart. In ESO, I was a god. I didn't need to be scared of any demons. Everybody respected me. I always thought how nice it would be if I could spend forever in this wonderful world. I've got a... Hey, oh, I got an angel halo. I got one. This thing's an ultra rare. Wow. I've got a visual novel for you, dog.
これは早
It's
速
called
使わないと
Sakura MMO.
装備装備おーキャラの見た目変わったすげえこれすげえ見て見て見ろってグリムあナイトハルト自重しろ、うっせえ死ねよ負け組ちょっと街に戻って見せびらかして
Are
こ
we
い
gonna... I'd finally gotten one of the rare drops I wanted. It was incredibly... Okay, did that voice just say Oni? Does he have a sister? And ain't... What is she saying? Okay, I you know, my only understanding of Japanese is through anime, so I'm cooked. So maybe she's saying something entirely different and I'm just fucking dumb. Okay, she just said Akira. Did she? Whatever. It was completely useless and just changed the way your character looked. But this also meant everyone could see you had an Angel Halo, and they would all be really jealous.
やったナイトハルトがまた一歩神に近づいた
Hey, open the door! Shut up, who's that pounding on my door anyway? I'm enjoying my new rare item. Don't interrupt me. Okay, I wasn't tweaking. She did say Oni. Why'd he fucking... That voice. The minute I heard it, my good mood vanished. It was an assassin sent by my parents, my little sister Nanami. This was going to be a pain in the ass. Damn it. A storm was about to roll in. I didn't want to open the door at all, but if I kept it shut, my parents would be the next ones to come. They'd tell me to stop living by myself and come home. My dad was pretty much the owner of this building. If he wanted to kick me out, he could. This just wasn't fair. Shut up! Don't yell so loud. I'm coming, bitch. She was still banging on the outside of the door. The walls of the shipping container are a single piece of metal, so any sound echoes really loudly. She knew that and was doing it anyway. I unlocked the padlock on the inside and opened the doors outward. I had no other choice.
やっと出てきた生存確認
Wait, so... Is he also blonde? This tiny shrimp of a girl was my little sister. She was 1 year younger than me.
呼んでるんだから返事くらいしてる死んじゃったかもって思ったじゃん
Every time I saw her, she was complaining about something. As you could tell from the way she was standing with her hands on her hips and pounding, she was an unreliable narrator much? Well. It's like 2 a.m. Let me just make lame jokes. And if you ask me, she was nothing more than a huge nuisance. See, it's funny because he's saying this while being a shut-in, while her theme also invokes a happy, upbeat emotion, while it's also 2:07 in the fucking morning, and I really could be doing anything better with my life, like sleeping, but instead I'm reading Chaos Head Noah, or as I like to pronounce it, Chaos Head Noah, because the text-to-speech that you listened to ReZero read to me said Chaos Flame as Chaos Flame.
うわ、相変わらず部屋の中
And so now certain forms of chaos I say as chaos because sometimes it sounds better. Because I don't know, something probably. Nanami walked Nanami walked right into my room without even asking if it was okay. She thought she could do whatever we wanted, just because she was my little sister. To those of you out here who think little sisters are moe, I have a message for you. Face reality. I mean, kind of true. Well, I guess she was kind of cute. If you were a lolly fan, she might totally be your type. Nigga, what the fuck? But as her real brother, I didn't feel that way about her. Yeah, almost as if we're genetically coded to be like that. Oh, but I don't mind lolly characters. They just have to be 2D.
カビクサお兄の部屋って相変わらず不潔そうまあどうせ掃除してくれる彼女なんかいないだろうしお兄ってズボッこうなったら
I guess. Okay, she's just shitting on him. I'm actually really glad she's here.
だが断る
No, wait, he said it! He said it! He said the thing Rohan Kishibe said!
なんでよ
お前に部屋荒らされたくない
きっとそれがわざわざ生存確認しに来てあげてる妹に言うセリフ
Well, you're not showing your older brother any respect, are you? And nobody asked you to see if I was alive anyway. See, when I was playing, like, Needy Streamer Overload and Slay the Princess, I lived alone, so I could be in a house, so I could be as loud as I wanted to, because my neighbors can't hear me and there was no one in the house to hear me. But now I have to speak at like a normal volume, and that hurts. I don't like going to the gym because it hurts. The girls don't want me, they just want Duke
ま
Dennis.
ったくなんでこんな面倒ばっかりかけさせる兄弟と血つながってるんだろうたまに嫌になっちゃうよ
Fair enough. Also, she has the
なんか
cowlick.
喉乾いちゃった飲み物もらうね
Oh, fuck. Nanami walked to the back of the room and opened the fridge, again, without even bothering to ask. Is that a saber figurine he has?
ミルクティーとか用意しといてよ
Hey, I went and got Genshin Impact milk tea the other day.
知らんがな
Don't tell me what to do. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the hell? I'm sorry, I really don't know what I'm doing. No. Okay, don't tell me what to do. Fine, I'll just take a soda. As usual, she seemed to have no intention of asking for her brother's permission. She grabbed a bottle of soda, one I had already drank from, out of the fridge. She hesitated for a moment before swallowing it down. Disgusting. She put her lips right on it. How could a girl be so filthy? You're related. This was the problem with 3D women. As soon as she left, I would throw that bottle out. You're related. I drink after my little brother and my little cousin. Because they're both not little ass kids. And also I'm related to them.
美味しかったやっぱ運動の後の一杯って格別学校からここまで走ってきたんだ
全部飲んだのかしかも一気で
I bought that soda with my own money. Being my little sister didn't give her the right to.
しまった
Nanami stared at the now empty bottle in shock. She must have finally figured out how rude she was being. Stupid lolly bitch.
どうしようまた太っちゃうじゃん
Oh, okay. Huh?
お兄のせいだからね。
What kind of angle is this? What was she talking
お
about?
兄がコーラ好きなせいでナナまでコーラ大好きっ子になっちゃったんだから。
I guess his love of lollies is gonna turn you into a lolly lover too. Get ready to be a Shotokan.
人のせいにするなよ。
I know that's not how... Never mind, let me just make my joke and understand it later.
だってうちの冷蔵庫に入ってるの。
Full of soda
お
though.
母さんがお兄のこと
Because mom
甘やかすから
spoils you.
知ってる？
Didn't you know? Soda Okay, I'm actually just gonna start reading these out. You shouldn't drink too much of it. That's true. From now on, you should drink milk tea. A couple summers ago, I actually stopped drinking soda and started only drinking water. And I also, like, exercise and watch what I ate. But the main thing I did was only drink water or, like, sweet tea. And I lost 20 pounds. And my grandma thought I was a diabetic because I was craving water in quotes, when really I just stopped drinking soda. Milk tea has basically the same calories as soda. And anyway, you don't get to tell me what to eat. Especially after you drank all my soda. Did you come all the way here just to tell me that?
もう帰れよ。
Go home. You confirmed that I was still alive. You should be done now, right? Why do you have to come into my room all the
お
time?
兄冷たい。
Brother, you're mean. Nanami seemed annoyed at my words. She was glaring at me with a frown. I didn't want to deal with it, so I just looked away.
せっかく
I came here
心配して
because
様子
I'm
を
worried
見てあ
about
げてる
you.
の。お兄って
You know, some days you stay in here the whole day and don't talk to a single person.
女の子と話す機会
You don't have any chances to talk to girls, I bet. Am I wrong? Shut up. Don't make fun of me. I'm not interested in 3D girls. I don't need to talk to them.
言ってみれば
I'm basically the only girl you talk to, right?
だからさ
So treat me better. If you do, you'll start learning how to talk to
女の子
girls.
との接し方も
As she spoke, she picked up one of my figurines, Hikaru-tan, from Suicide Toward the Light. She stared at it. Hey, don't touch one of my wives. If you get a fingerprint on her, I'm seriously gonna kick your butt.
あと
Also, take better care of yourself.
こんなお人形さん
Don't spend all day talking to your dolls. I don't want to be the one who finds your dead body, okay? What was my little sister trying to say? She was starting to sound like mom lately. What I meant by that was, she was annoying.
いいから帰れよ。
Just go away.
そんなに帰れか
Big brother, you jerk, stop telling me to leave.
まだこっちには用事が残ってる
I'm still not done here yet. Ugh. She was starting to get hysterical. If I made her any madder, she might go berserk. I have to stay calm.
携帯買いに行こ
Let's go buy a cell phone.
は
What? What was she talking
うお
about?
父さんがそうしろって
Dad says you got it. If you've got a phone, we can always tell whether you're alive or not, right?
お金はナナが預
They
かって
gave me the money for it, so let's go right now. Everybody's got a phone these days, you know? You're going to be left behind, you know?
時代に
I
取り残されちゃう
understand that his parents are coming from a loving place where they genuinely want to be able to contact him all the time. But the way she describes it, it sounds like they really just don't want to walk in on his dead body. They're like worried that he's gonna commit suicide, but also it's like early 2000s Japan, so they're not worried enough to send him to therapy. And they just don't want to walk in on him hanging off the... He's gonna be like Quagmire watching clown porn. Well, watching Sataton porn, and his dick is gonna be hard as shit, and he's gonna be hanging from the roof. Shut up, trend follower. I know a lot more about what's popular than you do. I've got the internet. I've got a bullet for you. Okay, maybe most kids my age had a phone, but I didn't. There was no reason why I would want one. I had nobody to call or text, and I didn't want to spend money on something I wasn't going to use.
だから行こ
Nanami put the figure back on the shelf and peered up at
う
me.
どうせお兄は機種とかわかんない
You probably won't know which one to get, so just get the same phone I have. She took her phone out the bag and waved it in my face.
ほら
See? This one's mine. It's a cute color, right?
ついでだから
I'll give you a strap that matches mine too.
あ
Uah.
と言うて抜き
How lazy was the person who came up with this character? Hanging from the strap was a small figurine of a character that was, well, whatever it was, it certainly wasn't cute. Lie. It looked like something created by a rookie designer with no talent at all. Unnecessary shots fired. It wasn't cute or even creepy cute. If it's just creepy, lie.
手抜きじゃないもん。
It's not lazy. This is Ghetto Froggy. He's really popular right now. I guess I can't expect my big brother to know what teenage girls like. You're barely a teenager.
そういうとこを直せば
If you change that about yourself, though, you'd probably be able to actually talk to a girl, at least a little. I just thought about this clip of this Japanese show I saw like a couple months ago on Twitter, where a guy is biking past, and the girl, and this is like a live action show, but I like don't remember anything other than this clip. She's staring into the sunset, and a guy is biking past, and she stands up, and her skirt falls, and you can see her underwear, and the guy crashes his bike down the hill, and then gets up and just bikes away. Quiet girl, what the hell kind of name is Ghetto Froggy? There was no way this thing was popular. That poor girl didn't realize she was being manipulated by the media.
っていうか、今はゲロカイルの話
Anyway, we're not talking about Ghetto Froggy right now.
いいから携帯
Come
買
on,
いに行こう
let's go buy you a cell phone.
あ、別
Ooh,
にお
and
揃
I'm
いが
not saying I
いい
want
と
us
か
to have
ってわけ
matching
じゃない
phones or anything,
家族
okay?
と同じ
You just get a discount if the whole family has the same phone.
家族で持ってないのは
You're the only member of the family who doesn't have one.
いらない。
I don't need one.
なんで
Why not? Dad's even paying for it.
必要ない。
I don't need one. It would just be a nuisance. If I had a phone, Mom... Okay, never mind. I was about to say he's just like me, but he's only half like me. I thought he was saying he would just be a nuisance, and then I was gonna say he'd be just like me. You know, like, why even go through the trouble of buying me a phone if I'm not gonna use it? Even though I can understand why his family wants to have a phone for him. But then he says if I had a phone, my mom would just call every day. Which my mom does, but for a different reason. And if I didn't pick up, she'd send her pet assassin Nanami here to check on me. Her eyes are so far apart, it's so funny. In other words, it would be a nuisance. One that would make my life a lot harder. I didn't want that at all. Your sister will show up anyway. I can't believe you, brother, you jerk. I'm going home.
は
I love this angle. It's so weird. Why the fuck does she look like that? But it's also the most normal that she looks. I opened the door for her to go, but she didn't move. She just glared at me, shoulders heaving with rage.
ほんとバカ
You really are stupid. You're a stupid jerk. At least walk me to the station.
い嫌だね。
No. I'd never walked her to the station all the time she'd come before. Why would I start now?
だって最近
There's been all those creepy murders lately, right? Shouldn't you be worried about your little sister? For a moment, what happened yesterday felt like it was going to come flooding back to me. I shook my head desperately, trying to drive the thought out of my mind.
どうでもいいし。
I don't care. Whoever the new gen killer was, they weren't going to be interested in a little kid like Nana. She's literally a new gen dog, come on.
ありえ
I can't believe you.
ナナが死んでも
You're saying you don't care if I die. She was crying. I must have really made her sad. It felt great. That's what you get for disrupting my peaceful life. This would be my little way of getting revenge. That's what you get.
バカ死んじゃ
You jerk, I hope you die. I hope the serial killer gets you and you die. She knocked me aside and ran out the door. Phew. At last, the storm was over. The room was quiet now that she was gone. It's weird. It's supposed to her like her theme and everything, and like another human presence makes the reader happy, but he's irritated because he's a fag nigga. Fuck him in a Tesla. And I can still see Staber just staring at me. It was much nicer. The base was my home. Nothing was allowed to happen here unless I wanted to. Okay, what did he say to her? Okay, he said, I don't care. And then, okay, so I thought he said something after he said, I don't care, but no. I sat down at the computer and moved the mouse a little to wake up it up from my Sataton screensaver. And I took a big swig from the soda ball on the table, but it was empty. Oh,
しまった。
crap.
これ
This
ナナ
one
ミがさっき飲んだやつ
Was
だ。
Nanami drinking out of. Ugh. Oh no, I just had an indirect kit. Nigga, you need to stop looking at much porn. And I know Miku means future, but haha. Uh let me okay, yeah, there we go. My name is Mitsu Hatsune Miku. Then a nigger doga. Oh, see, look, an H game. See, I told you need to stop looking at that much porn, nigga. Fuck. I closed the cap on the bottle and threw it into the big garbage bag in the corner of the room. It missed and bounced off the wall, rolling under the bed, but whatever. Now then, time to get back to ESO. Time to forget all the annoying stuff that happened in the real world. But sadly, I was forced to bring my time in Baselad to an end after just a single day. Baselad. When I left the base early in the morning, my mental state was back in the dumps, and any improvement that I'd felt from my time in the game was gone. Why did I have to go to school? Why did it have to be today? This sucks. But I couldn't stay home. If I stayed home, it would ruin my whole attendance schedule. And then I wouldn't be able to graduate. Graduate? Why the hell do I need to graduate anyway? It was my idea, but still, I couldn't help but complain. When I got to luxury residences at Shoto, I suddenly realized I'd been feeling someone looking at me the whole time. But it wasn't God's gaze. There wasn't that weird feeling on my neck. As I turned the corner, I took a quick look behind me without turning around and caught a glimpse of a girl in a Suimei uniform. Was it the demon? Wait, didn't he mention he had a little sister the last time I played the game? It's been like a month or two, so I don't remember. So I remember like the murders and stuff. Suddenly my heart started to pound. I was so nervous that I started to walk funny. I started to feel like I no longer belonged in the quiet morning around me. Oh, it's actually July, meaning it was 2 months ago because it was May. This didn't feel like a place where any of the murder could happen, and yet, where any kind of murder could happen, and yet I felt like I was about to have delusions of myself being brutally killed. No, I needed to calm down. I hadn't gotten a clear look at their face, had I? If they were a Suimei student, it was only natural that they'd be following me. They were headed to school just like I was. Okay, I had an idea. Instead of following the path that led straight towards school, I made a right instead. Fuck. Damn. Okay, let me turn my lamp off so I can be creeped out. I've fought down the urge to turn around and try to act as naturally as possible. I kept walking, trying to contain my nervousness, and after a minute, I quietly turned around. Our eyes almost met, and I quickly turned my head forward again. Why was she following me? This wasn't the way to school. Was she actually tailing me? It was a face I didn't recognize. And one thing I could tell for sure, though, was that it wasn't the demon from the other day. This girl had glasses. Just knowing that alone made me feel much more relieved. I decided I should just head straight to school. I'd have to cancel my usual morning breakfast, but I didn't have a choice. Damn you, girl A. You're telling me To me, you're just pedestrian 1, or girl A. No more important than that, so go away. I did that monotone on purpose. Girl A stopped tailing me and disappeared when I got to the school entrance. She seemed to have somewhere else to go, since she headed for the third year student classrooms. Maybe I was just imagining her tailing me? But it didn't make sense that she'd follow me down a route that led away from the school. Was she just trying to upset me? Had I done something to make her mad? No, I hadn't. There was no way I could. At this school, I was as invisible as the air. So, what was she after? I somehow made it through an awful day at school, and as always, stopped at Cafe on my way home. Of course, I sat in room 37. Usually the rooms around me were empty, but surprisingly enough, somebody was in room 36 today. The door to the room was closed. I could see the desk light was turned on inside. I sighed a little and went into my own room. Having someone next door made it hard to chat. I was the kind of person who always said things out loud when he chatted. Well, whatever. Time to just log into ESO. I'd just have to be careful to not say anything.
だよこいつら
What's their problem? I slammed my palm down on the keyboard, annoyed. I've been playing for about 2 hours now. Today was just a stressful day. The pair I'd grouped up with were clearly new players. As always, I stayed in the background, trying to let them have the glory for themselves. But one would always run in ahead of us and die, and then do it again. The other, a mage, refused to use any magic to help us. Our party must have died a dozen times. But then on top of that, all they did was complain and chat. Fucking idiots. I got so mad I PK'd them, took all their items, and then quickly escaped. This thing is such an incel. Like, let's ignore the whole, oh, I had an indirect kiss with my sister. Maybe if she was nicer like the girls in porn, it would be better. Let's ignore that. Let's ignore calling people delinquents and like girl A and saying he wants the whole world to die. Let's forget calling all of his figurines wives. This shit actually is like top 3 incel things he's done so far. Nightheart couldn't do that stuff, but Liselotte could. That's why I came all the way to At Cafe to log in. I felt a little better, so I decided to take a break and go get something to drink. At Cafe had free drinks and a well-stocked soda fountain near the counter. This is just like that episode of Mankitsu Happening. The one problem with room 37 was that it was pretty far from the bar. When I left the room, I saw the door to room 36 was open. I had to go by if I was going to get the soda fountain. I took a quick peek inside as I walked by. Nobody was there. Actually, I'd realized I'd heard the sound of somebody getting up a moment ago. Also, I like how, I'm presuming it's a girl. She has Ghetto Froggy and other mascots from that thing. It goes to show that, you know, when he said Ghetto Froggy wasn't popular, that's just him being self-centered. Which, I mean, you can already tell. But it's just like, he's like one of those people that's like, oh, well, actually, I don't hear about it anymore, so I think people don't think about it, or people have never heard of this. But there was a bag sitting next to... There was a bag sitting next to the chair in the room. It was a student's bag. Decorative straps hung from it. Stuffed animals dangling at their ends. There were Ghetto Froggy, the thing Nanami had showed me later. 3 of them too. Maybe it really was popular. Not that I cared. If I kept staring at it and they came back, they might think I was a stalker or a thief. I decided to forget about it and go get my soda. But then I saw what was showing on their monitor. My eyes went eye. The monitor was displaying the words New Gen Aggregator Site, and it was a really nasty looking, attention grabbing font too. New Gen. I'd been deliberately avoiding looking up anything about it. I didn't want to know the details. That was how I was telling myself that it had nothing to do with me. Anyway, was there a reason the person who just happened to be in the room next to me at a net cafe was looking at a new gen aggregator site? For a moment, I saw the demon girl's face again, and my whole body shivered. I shook my head to drive away the negative thoughts. I was overthinking it. Yeah, I was just being paranoid. Nugent was the media's favorite subject right now, and not a day went by when the TV talk shows weren't discussing it. Everybody was interested in it. That was the only reason. Yeah, it had to be. Time to forget about it and go get my soda. I put my cup under the dispenser and pushed the button for soda. Ice cold soda came down right into the cup. The sun was setting, and it was starting to get crowded. I could see a small line of people waiting at the register. As it got later, more and more people were going to come. In an hour or so, all the rooms around Rule 37 would be full, and that would be my cue to go home. Took my cup and went back to my seat. As I walked down the corridor, as I walked back, I took a quick glance down the corridor that led to the restrooms. Oh my god. Huh? I saw a girl with glasses and a sweet May uniform disappear, and she was frowning, disappearing down the end of the hall. It was girl A, the one who had been following me this morning.
Eh?
Eh? I thought I must have been mistaken, so I hid behind a bookshelf and watched the corridor for a while. But I never saw her again. I must have been imagining it, right? Yeah, I'd only seen her for a second, and there were probably a ton of Suime girls who used this cafe, a lot of whom probably wore glasses. But what if it was Girl A? What was she doing here? Was it just a coincidence? Or had she followed me? I started to feel scared. I left the cafe and hurried back to the base. I'd gotten too scared to stay. I wanted to go home as fast as possible, but the streets were crowded with people, and I couldn't move forward as fast as I wanted. I was starting to feel sick. I hated crowds. It felt like everyone was laughing at me. The crosswalk turned red, so I had to stop. I took a look around. There was no sign of Girl A. As I headed up Dogen Zaka Hill, walking got a lot easier. Usually, I chose to take back to streets that weren't. Oh my god. Usually, I chose to take the back streets where there weren't many people. Oh shit. Okay, that's it. But after what happened 2 days ago, I decided to take the main streets instead. It scared the shit out of me. I came to another red light and looked around again. There was no sign of Girl A. Maybe the person I'd seen at Cafe was someone else after all. I relaxed a little, relieved, and turned around. There she is. Okay, another delusion. I took a step back in shock. I don't get it. What is this about? Whatever. There, on the other side of the crosswalk, standing with the other pedestrians waiting to cross, was the girl. And her eyes, behind her glasses, were locked dead onto me. Her eyes were intense, as if trying to send some kind of message.